Hello students, welcome to the video tutorial of informatics practices for class 12th. Today we'll be discussing the third part of the chapter, plotting with PyPlot 1. So let's begin. First topic today is creating scatter charts. Okay, so in the previous video tutorials we have studied about how to create the line charts. Now we are going for this scatter charts. Okay, now first thing is, what is scatter chart? The scatter chart is a graph of plotted points on two axes that shows the relationship between the two sets of data. Now basically this scatter chart is almost similar to that line chart only, okay students, but the only difference is that in line chart we were having a line which was connecting these data sets, whereas when we are plotting this scatter chart, the only data points are indicated or marked in the graph. The line connecting these data points is absent. Okay, so basically for creating these scatter charts we are having these two functions in pyplot. The scatter charts can be created by these two functions. Okay, the first one is the plot function and second is the scatter function. Okay, so the plot function is basically what we were studied in the line chart. Okay, only there is one difference, that it will not use the line segment for joining the data points. Okay, now let's see how we can do this using plot function first. Here we are having an example that creating a graph of values versus square of their values. Okay, it is a similar example we have studied in the previous video tutorials also, that in one axis there are values given, whereas on the alternate axis the square of the values are given, and you have to show them with the help of a scatter chart now. Okay, earlier we have shown it with the help of line chart, now we'll be showing it with the help of scatter chart. So a is equals to 1 2 3 4 is given, this is the list. B is an empty list, and for a in a, b is equals to a to the power 2. Okay, now this is used for giving the power 2 asterisks, we have already discussed this. And b dot append is one by one appending these values into the empty list b. Okay, and pl dot x label is given as values, pl dot y label is given as square of values. Okay, so x axis will represent values and y axis will represent the square of the values. Okay, and pl dot plot a comma b comma red was marked as r. Okay, you can see this when we are giving this r in quotes, that means earlier we were using this for the color of the line segment. Okay, but now when we are going to plot the scatter chart, this color r is not to be given. Why? Because we don't need to plot that line joining the data points. Okay, so this part should be removed from this. Okay, now let's see what we'll write for a scatter chart. All the codes, means all the previous lines will be this in the similar way which we have written in that line chart, but this line pl dot plot a comma b comma r will be removed, and it will be replaced by this line pl dot plot a comma b comma o. O represents here the marker. Okay, in the previous line you can see marker is equals to o was mentioned. Here we are not writing marker is equals to what, directly we are giving this marker double quotes O, that means it will represent the circle marker. Okay, and marker size is equals to 5 is still there, that means the size of the circle should be this much. Means when we are plotting these data points, that size should be increased so that that particular circle can be uh, easily seen by us. Okay, and marker edge color is equals to blue. Why these are being used? Because to give the means marker edge as blue color. Okay, that means the boundary of that particular circle will be of blue color. Okay, now let's see what will the output for this. You can see on the x-axis values are given, and on the y-axis square of the values are represented. Okay, and values were given as 1 2 3 4. So 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, and 4 square is 16. So the values are represented accordingly. Also be careful here that the line segment which was joining these data points is absent in this case, because we have not given the color of the line. Okay, also we are directly giving the marker that which type of marker should be used here. Here we have used O, that is circle marker, and we have given the size as 5 and color was given as blue. So you can see the markings are in blue color. Okay, and you can see the difference here is that when we were drawing the line chart, the line was joining these data points, but right now there is no line which is joining it. The line is absent in this. Okay, and that's why we can see that data values are scattered there, and that's why it has got the name scatter chart. Okay, let's move further using scatter function. Now earlier we have used the plot function. Now let's see how we will do it by the use of scatter function. Again, here example is same. For example, creating a graph of values versus square of their values. Okay, A is 1 2 3 4, B is empty list for A in A. Okay, rest of the things are same, only we have to see the plot function. But right now we have to use this scatter function. That's why this plot function has to be removed from this. Okay, now let's see if we are going to remove this pl dot plot. Okay, see, let's see first the means the previous output which we were having. This was the previous output. Okay, with the help of that pl dot plot abo marker size equals to 5, marker edge color is equals to blue. Okay, we were using the plot function there, and this was the output. Okay, now if we suppose remove this line pl dot plot, and it is to be removed with this line, it is to be replaced with this line pl dot scatter a comma b comma marker is equals to asterisk, s is equals to 100, c is equals to red. Okay, now what we are giving here is that we are going to use the scatter function. Okay, data values are same here, a and b. That was the a was the list with the given values, and b was the power of those values. Okay, now the marker is signified here as asterisk. Okay, so whatever the marker is here, that is to be used in the graph also. So s is equals to 100 means the size of the marker should be 100. Okay, earlier we were writing that marker size is equals to this much. Here we are given s is equals to 100. Here s represents the size of the marker. C is equals to red, here symbolizes the marker color. That means in which color this marker should be there. Okay, so be very careful with this. What we are given here, that marker style should be asterisk. Okay, size of the marker will be 100, color of the marker will be red. Now let's see the output here. See, on the x-axis still the label is same, that is values. On y-axis the label is square of values. Marker here is asterisk. Now we have increased the size of the marker, so it has become 100 now, and color of the marker has been replaced with red. So earlier those dots were showing the markings, now this asterisk are showing the marking. Means the marking are the same, only that marking style has been changed. Okay, also the color of the marker is red now, and size has also been increased. Got it? So whatever the changes we want, we can change accordingly. Okay, we can change the marker to the diamond shape, we can change the marker to the plus shape. Okay, k shape, any type of marking we can do, and size we can accordingly change, and whatever the color of the marking is there, we can change accordingly. Suppose here we have given red, we can change it to green, we can change it to black. Okay, as per your need. Now specifying varying colors and sizes for data points. Now you must have noticed one thing, that till now whatever examples we have seen in the scatter charts, all the data points were in similar color. Okay, means either all the markings were in blue color or all the markings were in red color. So what if we need the markings to be different in colors? Okay, and maybe different in sizes also. Okay, there can be a requirement where you will be needed to plot these data points in different color and in different size also. So how can we means get it? Let's see. For specifying different size and color for data points, we need to specify a sequence of colors and a sequence of size. Okay, which should be matching in size with the array containing actual data. Now what does this mean? That suppose if you are having a data means in the form of a list. Okay, and elements in the list are 5. Okay, that means 1 2 3 4 5. Suppose we are having 5 elements, So for each element you should be having size also, and for each element you should be having the color of the marker also. Okay, so if 5 elements are there, 5 colors should be there, and 5 sizes were also should be given, so that we can just match it according to the given array. Got it? So if it is short of it, then also it is a problem. If it is in excess of it, then also it is a problem. That means it should be exactly matching in shape with the data values given. Okay. Now let's see an example. It will make it more clear for you. See, create a scatter chart for values versus their cube roots. Now what we have to do on a particular axis, we have to give some values, and according to those values, we have to give the cube roots of that values on an alternate axis. Okay, so how we can do it? Import matplotlib.pyplot.spl. Now this line we are mentioning here, earlier we were not mentioning this. That doesn't means that you have to not use it. Okay, every time whenever you are plotting any type of graph, you need to use this matplotlib library. Okay, in previous few examples we have not used that line. That doesn't mean that it is not needed. We have already used it many times, that's why we are not using it. So it is just a reminder that whenever you are going to use that graphing graphs and all, you have to use this matplotlib library. If you are not having this library, you need to import it. Okay, and if you are once imported with this matplotlib library, you can easily find the functions related to it. Okay, the pyplot function. Okay, so we have written the line import matplotlib.pyplot.spl, import numpy as np. Why we are using numpy? Because in this example we are going to use the numpy functionality. Okay, and without using this np we cannot access to the numpy functions. Okay, so numpy library has been used, and numpy library's alias here is np. Okay, and list is given by the name of list only. List is equals to 1 comma 64 comma 343 comma 1000. Okay, so this list is having these elements. Now suppose we want to create an array of this list. So how we can create it? A is equals to np dot array in bracket list. In video tutorials of the numpy, you must have studied about this also. I have already taught you this, that how you can create an array with the help of list. Okay, so what we are doing here is we are creating an array with the help of this list. A is equals to np dot array, and we have passed the list inside this array. Okay, now these all values will be converted in the form of array, and it will be going in a. Now a is equals to a to the power 1 by 3. A to the power 1 by 3 means you have to take out the cube root. Okay, already you are knowing that if we have to take out the square root, the power should be 1 by 2. For cube root, the power should be 1 by 3. That's why we have mentioned 1 by 3 here, because we have to take out the 1 by third power. Okay, so it will calculate the cube root of these values. Okay, and again it is modified in the a itself. So whatever the values were there in a has now been cube rooted. Okay, so whatever the values are here in a will be in the form of cubes of the given values of the list. Okay, now we are writing pl.x label values. Why we are writing this? For giving the name of the axis. Okay, so in x axis we are showing values, and in y label we are giving cube root of values. So in y axis cube root of values will be mentioned. Now see, I have already told that the colors and the size should be of the similar shape with the given data. Okay, so in list we were having 4 elements, so colors are also specified for each element. You can see C is equals to RBGM. Okay, so it will understand by itself by default that one is first data should be shown with the help of red color, second should be shown with the help of blue color, and then green color, then magenta color. Magenta means pink, you know that. Now S is equals to 100, 150, 120 and 80. So these are the marker size. Okay, so respective sizes will be taken here. Getting it? Now see, pl dot scatter list comma a. Why we given list comma a? Because list is having the data values of x axis, a is having the data values of the y axis. S is equals to S shows here that the size of the marker should be taken from the S array. Okay, so each array will be, means each element of the array will specify the size of each element of the list, And similarly C is equals to C is given here. Why? Because C is used for the color, and here C is also the array of the color, so we have given C is equals to C. Now don't be confused with this S is equals to S and C is equals to C, since here we are using the colors array as C and size array as S. So here we have mentioned S is equals to S and C is equals to C. Suppose if the colors were shown with the help of CLR array and size was shown with the help of SLR array, so we would have written S is equals to SLR and C is equals to CLR. Okay, and also here we are mentioning marker is equals to D. This D symbolizes the diamond marker. Okay, so whatever the data points will be shown, it will be shown with the help of this diamond markings. Okay, and then we have written pl dot show for getting the output. So let's see what will the output of this. As you can see here, the x-axis is having values and the y-axis is having the cube root of the values. Okay, and also this diamond shapes are mentioned, and these diamond markings are in different colors and different sizes also, as per we have given in the array. So the first diamond marker was to be given with the red color. So here we are having the first point as red color, then second one in blue color, third one in green color, and fourth one in magenta color. Okay, and the size has been taken as 100, 150, 120 and 80. So size is also varying according to that. Okay, so I think it's clear now to you that how you can use this varying colors and sizes for data points in scatter chart. Okay, so let's move further. Creating bar charts. Okay, a bar chart, as you know, that is a graphical display of data using bars of different heights. Okay, and also you have studied that bar chart represents the categorical data. So whenever there is a need of showing some categories with the help of bar charts, okay, sorry, with the help of these categories, so we need to use the bar chart. Okay, now let's see how to use it. For example, creating a bar graph for cities and the COVID-19 patients. Okay, as you are knowing that right now the coronavirus outbreak is going on. So let's suppose you would have seen in the newspapers and the means news channels that different graphs are shown, which is symbolizing that how much threat has been caused in the particular city. So what if we want to plot those values with the help of our program? Okay, so how we'll do it? Let's see. Import matplotlib.pyplot as pl. Okay, here pl is the alias name. Okay, cty is mentioned for the cities. Okay, we have created an list with the help of this cty. The cty is equals to Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore and Chennai. So these elements are of the list. Okay, Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore and Chennai, they are representing the cities, and PAT is used for the patients. Okay, so PAT is equals to 5,000, 12,000, 3,400 and 1,200. So it is taken respective with the help of cities. So for Delhi it will take 5,000, for Mumbai it will take 12,000, for Bangalore it will take 3,400 and for Chennai it will take 1,200. Okay, and don't be confused with these names CTY and PAT. It can be anything. Okay, it is just for symbolizing you. That's why we have used CTY and PAT, so that you can understand it well. Otherwise there is no hard and fast rule that you have to use CTY only and you have to use PAT only. It can change according to the programmer's choice. Okay, next is pl.bar cty comma pat. Why we are using this bar? For creating the bar charts. Okay, so whenever you have to create the bar chart, we will use pl.bar. Okay, earlier we were using pl.plot, pl.scatter. Now here we are using pl.bar, and inside the bar we have passed two data values cty and pat. So cty will take the values of the cities and pat will take the values of the respective patient in the cities. Okay, and then pl.x label we have given cities and pl.y label we have given patients. So on x axis cities will be mentioned and for y axis patients will be mentioned. Okay, and also we have written pl.show. So let's see what will the output of this. Here you go. We have got Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, and Chennai in the x-axis, and their respective patient count has been shown on the y-axis. Okay, so as per the given data, you can easily understand that Mumbai is having the highest number of COVID-19 patients in the current scenario. Okay, and second number goes to Delhi, and then third is for Bangalore, and fourth is for Chennai. So it is very easily understood with the help of these graphs that which is having highest value and which is having lowest values. Okay, you don't have to give too much time for seeing this data. Only just by having a glance at that graph you can easily understand what is the situation going on. Okay, now what if we want this graph to be horizontal way? Right now we are seeing the columns in the vertical way. What if we want it to be in horizontal way? So how you can do it? There is just one line to be taken care of. See, this one we have written pl dot bar cty comma pat. Only we need to replace this line with this line, pl dot bar h. Bar h here symbolizes the horizontal bars. Okay, and if you are not giving h, that means by default it will take the bars with vertical positions. Okay, so now we want the bars in the horizontal positions, so we'll use pl dot bar h cty comma pat, and rest of the code line will be similar. Okay, and after that we'll also write pl dot show to get the output. So after writing all the codes, let's see what will the output for this. See, you can see easily the cities have been shifted on the x-axis now, sorry, y-axis now, and the patient counts has been shown on the x-axis now, and the graph has been turned horizontally. Actually, the x-axis and y-axis are still the same, only we have just turned this graph in a horizontal way. So the axis has been shifted accordingly. Okay, so you don't have to worry about those things. Only just you have to write pl dot bar h cty comma pat, and it will convert it into a horizontal bar graph. Okay, so there are further more properties for bar graphs. We'll be discussing in detail in the later videos. So for now, let's look over the assignment. So your first assignment is you have to create a scatter chart of A versus B, okay, where A is an array containing every third value from 0 to 20. Third value you can understand at how much you have to give the step. Okay, so and use the numpy function also for creating that array. Okay, and it B array should consist of log values of A. So whatever the values are there in A, B will consist the log of those values. Okay, and these graphs have been plotted according to the values given. Okay, and what you have to do, you have to show different sizes and colors of data points. So what you have to do, you have to use varying sizes. Okay, as we have used in the examples, that it should match with the size of the data values also. So be very careful with this, that how many elements are there in that, and give the sizes accordingly and the colors also accordingly. Okay, and the second question is you have to create a horizontal bar chart using the above information. So whatever the thing you have mentioned in the scatter chart, whatever the values were there in scatter chart, all the values has to be the same, and also you have to leave three values also here. But right now what you have to do, you have to change it into the horizontal bar chart. So use that pl dot bar and you can plot the data points. Okay, so I think that's up for today. We'll meet in the next video lecture. Thank you, students.